So I was asked today to give some help on problem set 28. That's on the Lake Darden exercise. So there's a lot going on here, right? So I think it's you can still get a whole lot of points and not having everything done. But what I've started to do here, I've gone through and summarized what it is that we should be working on. Okay. So it starts with Lake Darden itself. It's a rectangular lake, 100 units tall. Okay. So the north-south directions 100, east-west directions 200. Okay. It will be 0, 0. So we're all positive numbers, 0, 0 on the southwest corner, um, and then 199.99 on the northeast corner. Okay. So you don't need to have a boat or a lake class because there's only one lake. So we're just going to keep that as variables. Okay. We do need a boat class. So in mine, I've got a boat class. I've got a marina class. Um, should be only one there. Marina class. Not letting me change that. That's super weird. Don't know what it's doing. Don't know. I don't know why. Anyway, marina class is what it should be. A public dock and a mooring ball. Get the boat and the marina, and you're probably okay. Okay. So the boat will need a name, which will be a string, an owner, which is a string, the location at some grid. So for the grid, I'm going to use a two-dimensional, or not a two-dimensional, a two-item list. So it'll just be a list with a, 0 position and a 1 position. Okay. The 0 position will refer to, in essence, if we're a Cartesian plane, the X position. So how far east, west, and the second position in that grid will refer to the north, south. Okay. Or the Y position. Okay. So we're simplifying things here and that it's going to be facing either north, south, east, or west. That's all there is. Okay. We're going to need to turn. We're going to simplify further. All turns are 90 degrees to the right, and move just moves 1 unit in one of those 4 directions to make it simple. Okay. And then for the marina, the name will be a string as well. I don't think I included name in there, but clearly I think it needs to have a name. The grid location, like before, will be a list. Okay. With 2 items in it. Vacancy will be a Boolean. When we start off, it'll assume to be not vacant because it's a brand new marina. Boats will be a list of boats that are in that marina currently. Okay. We've seen this with other problems. And then the capacity is just how many boats can be there. We'll have to check that when we're adding boats. Okay. The fuel, food, water, showers, and restrooms, those could be Booleans. It's probably the easiest way to do it. You could also, if you wanted to create a list of some sort of all those amenities, that'd be fine too. But I think the Boolean's a little more straightforward. So all we need to do there basically is add a boat and remove a boat. Okay. So adding a boat adds it to the boat list and decreases the capacity. If we remove a boat, it removes it from the list and increases the capacity. Okay. So that capacity is a as of right now. So when you start it, how many boats can be there, assuming that there are none. But then as you add them, it'll reduce the capacity. So it's a current capacity. Okay. Public dock will be kind of like marinas, but simpler. It will have a name. It'll have a grid location. It will have a boat list and restrooms. Again, we'll have an add boat restroom as a Boolean. So in this, question mark means Boolean. Add boat adds a boat to the list. Oh, should be a capacity also. And it's not letting me edit that, but there should be a capacity for the public dock. Okay. Add boat, remove boat, can look very much like it does at marinas. You can probably copy marina to public dock, simplify it, and you'll be good if you want to add that. Mooring ball is even simpler. Okay. The mooring ball doesn't have a name typically, it just has a grid location. It's not going to move, so you're going to not need any kind of that kind of stuff. Well, the public docks of the marinas won't move either. It will have a list of boats where you add boat, remove boat. Only one there. Okay, so it's I don't know that you need a list there. Maybe you just need a single item for the boat. Have to think about that. And then it's either free or not free. That's a Boolean. True means there's a boat there. False means that there's not. Okay, so that's the basics, and you'll have to modify that and refine that as you go along. As far as the boat class goes, so I'm starting off here with my class boat. So in my initialization, I'm making some assumptions here. I'm assuming that when we start out with a new boat, I'm going to put it at 0, 0 on the grid. You can move it someplace else if you want. Always put it in the center more, or you could have that as a parameter that's sent in. I'm just defaulting to that. As long as you say that, then that's okay. And again, I'm defaulting that it's heading north when it arrives on the lake. I'm assuming that's where the put in point is. It's at 0, 0 in that southeast corner of the lake, and it's facing north. Okay. So I'm just going to set those default values here. So I'm setting the location to the 0, 0 list. I'm setting the heading equal to north. Okay. I am going to pass in the name and the owner, and those are set there. Okay. The accessors, I'll need a get name, get owner, get location, and get heading. Those are all pretty straightforward. Okay. The set, the only thing I'm going to set here directly is going to be to set location. No, I don't want to do that either. Do I want to do that? I guess we could keep that there. Now I'm thinking about that's probably not a good idea. That's if you want to pick up and move it someplace else. So I think that's probably not a good idea. But anyway, we'll see. You do want to turn for sure. Okay, so with the turn, and we don't want to set any of the other things directly. So the turn, again, I'm simplifying. It can only turn 90 degrees right. So if I'm heading north and I turn, now I'm heading east. If I'm heading east, I turn, I'm heading south. If I'm heading south and I turn, I'm heading west. If I'm heading west and I turn, I'm heading north again. Okay, so that will change that state of those variables whenever I hit the turn. Move then, and currently I'm not move. My move is not checking for boundary conditions, which means I can go below 0 and I can go greater than 199 to the right, and I can go greater than 99 up, which is incorrect, and I should fix that. But for right now, to get it working, it's okay. So basically, I'm saying if I'm heading north, then I'm going to increase the y coordinate, which is the ones position, by 1. If I'm heading east, I'm going to increase the x position, which is the 0th position, by 1. South decreases y by 1. West decreases the x by 1. Okay, that's all that's going to do. Okay, again, I need some more tweaking there to make sure that when you get to the edge, do you report as an error? Do you not let them change anymore? That's up to you. Okay. Other things that I'm not checking for that I wouldn't worry about. Am I running into another boat? Am I hitting a dock? Am I hitting a mooring ball? We don't care about that. Okay. This is a simplified version for sure. Okay. And then I wanted to get another simple look at the marina class. So again, when we started off, we have a name, we have a location, we have the initial capacity, we have a Boolean for fuel, food, and restrooms. There were a couple others, but I just made it simpler for me. So I'm setting the name equal to name, location to location. So in this case, when I create it, we're not going to create, you can't move a marina, so I have to give it its final spot. So I'm going to send it a 2-item list with the position of that that marina on the lake shore. Okay. I'm going to set the vacancy to true because when we first start, there's nobody there. So it should be vacancy. Setting capacity, and I'm passing in a true or false on the fuel, food, and restrooms. And then I'm going to go ahead and initialize the boats list. Okay. So currently there are no boats there, but I'll be able to add them. Okay. You'll have to think about what accessors and mutators that you need. I didn't take the time to do those. I'm not sure that you need any directly. Okay. So for sure, the capacity is going to change, but that should be changed by the add boat and remove boat. You don't want to do it directly. So you don't need any set for that. Vacancy will take care. You probably need an accessor for vacancy and probably for name and location. So I think those 3 probably need that. Okay. Maybe for the others as well. It depends on what you want to do. Again, this does not have to be a fully working program. Okay. So, and then I wanted to give you an idea of what the add boat method could look like. Okay. So that should be a self dot underscore underscore. Okay. So I'm going to say here on add boat, I'm going to add a boat, which is an object of type boat. Okay. We're not checking for that, but that's what we're saying here. And I'm going to check to see if the length of, that's what I wanted to do here. If the length of the boat list, okay, so boats here is this list. It should have a length. If that is greater than the capacity, then we know we're full, okay? If not, then we're going to go ahead and append the current boat that we're sending in to the boats list, and we're going to decrease the capacity by 1, okay? I think that works. Yeah, seems to work. Okay, then my test, I'm just going through, see if that's still doing okay. So again, I'm creating a boat called the Flying Otter, owned by Bob. Okay, I'm doing a set location. I can actually do a set location if I tested that too. I can do that directly as well. Okay, that should be okay. I wasn't sure if I needed to do something different. I didn't, so I can do it direct. Okay. Again, I'm not sure that you want to actually allow that. So from that 2-3 location, I'm moving it. It's currently facing north. I didn't change that. And then I'm doing a get heading. I'm doing a turn, getting a heading turn. So it goes around. Okay. I'm then creating this marina where it's Black Rock Marina. It's at 45:45. Capacity is 100. And fuel, yes. Food, no. Restrooms, yes. Okay. And then I'm adding the boat to the marina. Okay. And I would want to test that further for sure. I want to make sure that when I add a boat, that the capacity drops. You may want to have a show boats at the marina, maybe a feature that you want, things like that. But this should get you started on the basics of setting up this problem. Okay. And if you have further questions, make sure that you let me know.